Kind of an interesting spot here versus Dalkin. He tanks for a little bit and min raises. Before he had a bigger stack, before he got short stacked, he was opening a lot more hands than he has appeared to in this video and min raising all the time. So with King Jack here, it's pretty close. I'm not thrilled about it, but if you look, there's 4K in the pot. I'm risking 23. That's about a sixth of the risk I'm picking up. So I forget whose video it was on CardRunners, but they talked about how if you're picking up a sixth of your risk or better, or seventh or sixth of your risk or better, you can shove a little wider than your soul value range. Like if he had min raised here and he has 20K or less, no matter how much I'm picking up towards the risk, if I have 10x his bet or less, unless there's some other special reason, then I'm probably going to be shoving ace jack, ace king, king queen here almost always if I have 10 times someone's bet with who's aggressive with those hands. But I'm not going to really worry about how much I'm picking up in that spot as long as I have that stack size where it's 10 times they're open. But here, king jack is a little bit below that range where I'm just happily shoving no matter how much I'm picking up if I have 10 times his bet or less effective. But here it's a little bit less of a hand, but I feel like since I'm picking up that much towards the risk, I can widen my range a little bit. And King Jack is obviously just slightly below my value shoving range there, no matter how much I'm picking up. So that's what influenced me to shove the King Jack. I wasn't thrilled about it, but I decided it was the right play. Here I feel like 9-10 offsuit is too good of a hand folded to me in the small blind to fold, but I'm very worried about him shoving on me if I open because he has the perfect shove stack, even though, like I said, I think I'm giving him a little bit too much credit, but the fact that I shoved on him the last hand might make him a little more likely to shove on me. So I'm worried about him shoving, and I feel like my hand's too good to fold. I think about check raising, but I decide to just lead at the pot and hope to take it down, and if he raises I can determine by his sizing what I feel like and maybe shove with open-ended, although I wouldn't be thrilled about it. But yeah, I mean, I think I'm representing a lot of queens and jacks, maybe like queen jack, queen 10, queen 9, jack 10, jack 9, all hands that kind of seem like hands that I would limp in the small blind there. So he might give me some credit. Dalkin just open shoves 20 big blinds. What do I think he has in a spot like this? Not a hand he wants to get called by, but a hand that he feels is best. Like weak aces, smaller pairs, king, jack, king 10, king 9 type hands that are definitely ahead of the blind's range, but doesn't want to get shoved on and have to fold, or them thinking they have fold equity versus a hand that's never going to be too far ahead. Here, swallow checks in the big blind. I feel like once he checks twice, I feel like he probably doesn't have a king. Definitely would have shoved an ace pre-flop. Shouldn't really be worried about people having an ace because it was a limped pot, so I think he would shove a king on the turn. I think Nada would have definitely bet top pair. I'm a little bit worried about an ace, but I feel like he's probably going to have to fold most of the time, and Swallow's not really going to ever have an ace or a king here, so I can just bet and hopefully take it down, and probably have to bet the river again if he called. I guess he can have some aces in his range, so I might give him credit and just give up, but I feel like there's some draws there he might call with, like a 10 jack or a 7-9, 5-7, a 6 or an 8, so all of which would probably have to fold the river if I bet again. Here's kind of like a similar situation to the king 4, but I give him a little more credit. Also the fact that Dalkin has a bigger stack in the big blind now, that will hurt me a lot more than it would have before when he just had the 10 big blinds.